going on, guys? I have a bit of a confession, and I do apologize for not including you guys in this, but I got a little carried away when I got home from work. As you can see here, I pulled most of the turbo kit off, so the piping and such is off. I pulled off the intercooler setup. I don't know if you guys know, but if you see these little tabs on the chassis, the bar that the intercooler is actually bolted onto, it's removable. So this holds the intercooler, and this is actually my turbo mount, because I use the Maven billet turbo mount. So that's where the turbo mount's in there. 10 out of 10 recommend. Makes life so much easier, especially on a V8 application or a V anything application. It holds your turbo in place, and it's solid, rigid to whatever you want it to be. So my application, I wanted it rigid to the chassis, and then also, as you can see here, it's extremely serviceable. Also, one of the cool bits is, pull it out right now, my bumper support, which is right here. This is usually on the car like so, but one of the coolest things ever, we put pins in it, and those are little standoffs that Mikey made when we were fabricating the car. So now if I ever go to pull the motor, or when I pull the motor out, I mean, you can see I have all the room in the world to get this motor out. So like I mentioned before, I'm going to be away in Bradenton all weekend at a drag racing event with Brian. We have a X275 points race, be the first one of our year. So I'm trying to get things like this done after work in the meantime. Yeah, because I'll be gone all weekend. So I'm trying to get this motor and trans out. Well, can't really say it's a trans. The transmission that's in the car now is actually an empty Power Glide case, just so I could use for mock-up. FTI was very gracious and let me have one to use for this phase. And my buddy Nick is building a crazy burnout van for Cletus and cars, so he needs that case for mock-up on his end too. He's putting a Chevy big block, I think it's a 580-inch motor, in a Chevy Express van just to do burnouts. So it's gonna be pretty cool. So I'm trying to get that out before I leave Thursday morning for him. It's definitely possible. I got a lot of work done tonight. I'm actually doing laundry before I go away for the weekend. So good bit of progress. Yeah, so right now I'm assessing what's going to be done as far as coating. As far as the stainless on the exhaust, like the crossover assembly, which is here, the exhaust up pipes themselves, or the under crossover, I don't think I'm actually going to ceramic coat them at first. I have an awkward feeling things are going to have to be adjusted when the car gets assembled. My dumb butt brought the car to the fabricators without head gaskets and without exhaust manifold gaskets. So something tells me the exhaust is going to have to be modified in some way, shape, form. So I would much rather make sure everything is situated before I get everything coated. As far as that, everything else can be coated. So like I said, the headers are getting ceramic coat in black, and that's it for ceramic coat. As far as powder coating, motor plates are getting done, front cover is getting done, valley cover is getting done, all the alternator brackets are getting done with the tube thingies for the pulley, coil brackets, valve covers, intake manifold, elbow, throttle body, water distribution block, the turbo bar, the turbo housing, and this little pipe. As far as the intercooler itself, I'm actually really anxious, for lack of a better term. I've never used the VHT wrinkle paint, and people are telling me it's actually fantastic. So for the things that aren't going to be worn or hit very often or touched very often, I'm down to try the VHT wrinkle paint. But everything else that I'm going to be around with a wrench or nearby with tools, I definitely like the powder coating. It's been very durable over the years I've had it with the 4-cylinder setup. So that's just what I like. So get everything out. I actually pulled the harness out. This right here is the entire engine harness for the engine. It's kind of cool when you have it laid out like that. I took a photo just to have because it's kind of cool. Like, I've never wired a V8 before, so it's a lot more intensive than just a little 4-cylinder. So nothing much of really going on tonight. I'm pretty much done for the night. I just wanted to film an update video. I know there's a couple guys out there that are curious of what's going on. I'm full steam ahead. Let me check my phone. I want to see how many days are left. Yep, so on the top left, you can see the 67 days remaining, and right now it's January 21st. So I got a lot ahead of me. So what's to come now? When the engine comes out, I gotta start working on the engine bay. I cut this away just to have a little bit more space when it comes to running the brake line and stuff like that. These holes are getting filled in. A lot of you are gonna be upset, but the clutch area right here is getting filled in. Or if I can find the automatic blanking plate from Mazda factory, I'd be so down to put it in and have it wrinkle black, just so when I see people looking at it, they immediately get upset because it's not manual anymore. I find that to be hilarious when people get butthurt when they find out something's an automatic. It's everyone's preference. Sometimes a manual is faster, sometimes an automatic's faster. In my case, the reason why I chose an automatic at all is cost. You know, for a fully built Powerglide, I paid $2,500 for this transmission. The transmission is guaranteed for 1,500 horsepower. And what am I gonna get for 2,500 bucks if I bought a manual? I'd buy a clapped out T56 with a clutch and flywheel, versus spending a little bit more and having that added insurance that I have a much better part in the car. Also for me, since it being a 2-speed, the gears are very long. It's definitely gonna help me with traction issues because I'm limited to a 26-inch tall tire. I can't really have a short gear ratio and try to expect having much traction. So that'll help me there. And it's just, I've never had a racing automatic trans, so I think it's gonna be kind of cool. We have really good luck with Brian's Powerglide, and he runs a 4.42 second 1/8 mile time, and that trans holds up really well. And that's basically the same built trans I have. So I just located a torque converter. I'll be picking that up this weekend while I'm down in Bradenton, hopefully, or when I get back in town, that's fine. So yeah, I'm gonna get going on this. I'm gonna fill you guys up with the way. I'll try to be more detail oriented with the videos. This was kind of I did it and then I told you guys about it versus doing it while having you guys with me. So I'll apologize for that. It won't happen again. I'll make sure I film while I'm working on stuff. But I'm sure you guys know when you get heated in the moment of working on something and wrenching, you just want to get the thing done. And then you realize, oh crap, I should have pulled out a camera for this, because it's great things to document, and it's also great things to use as a memory for later on in the future. So anyway, enough of this boring talking video. I'll catch you guys later. I'm going to be making a video with my weekend experience with the X275, kind of like in the day in the life of racing. I don't know if it'd be something you guys be interested in. It's gonna happen. I hope you guys like it, since once my car is done, there's gonna be a lot more racing and a lot less talking. So you guys have a good night.